How is everyone doing? I'm YourGibs, and I wanted to give you guys a bit of a behind-the-scenes video on kind of what happens when I'm making videos and some of the things that I do, the tools that I use. And this is all part of the celebration of being 1 year on YouTube. Why don't we get at it? Because you can see I've got a lot of things open at the top, so we have a lot to cover. So first up, YouTube. Everyone that is watching this has probably seen that YouTube channel of mine, and it is using the new format that everyone loves to hate. And I guess really more important for you guys to notice is I have provided a bunch of links here, and these are all of the different places you can find me. Think of it as a game. Where the hell is YourGibs? You can find trails of me everywhere. So I feature my latest video in here, and then you can scroll down here on the left and you can see all of my sort of most recent videos that have been uploaded. And then on the right here you can see the playlist that I've kind of selected to show here. And this isn't all of the playlists, this is just some of my favorites. So that's kind of the featured page. Obviously, if you head over to the videos, you can certainly see every single video I've uploaded, which is over 650. In reverse chronological order, which is I guess newest to oldest. You can obviously sort the other way, oldest to newest, and you'll notice that Plants vs. Zombies was one of my, well, they were my earliest videos, and there's Defense Grid right down there. This was back when I didn't have a very good microphone or very good handle on how to actually do these things. So personally, I'm keeping these videos because it is where I came from, and it's a reminder of how hard it is to get to where you are now in terms of tweaking and adjusting and all the software and hardware to make this all work for you guys. Having said that, if you're curious to hear kind of where I've come from, you might want to watch some of these older videos. Certainly wouldn't shy away from having you guys go do that. The other thing that's kind of cool is most popular option, and this actually shows you it shows you in order of number of views. So you can see right here that my most popular video is a Doctor Who gunpowder plot video, and then you've got some Duke Nukem here and some Stalker. So this is actually Shadow of Chernobyl #1, guys, and this video still gets views every day, something like 10 to 20 views every single day, which kind of blows my mind. Now Portal 2 is in here as well. So this is an interesting feature for, I actually use this quite commonly when I go find a new channel. I'm kind of curious what they're what they're known for, what's their channel about. So I have sort by most popular. So next up is the playlist option here, and this is every playlist. So you can see here I've got 37 playlists. Now not all of these are games, probably 90% of them are though. And again, you have similar sorting options here, oldest to newest, newest to oldest. So you can see here that my oldest playlist was Defense Grid and Plants vs. Zombie. So this is a nice way to kind of go back in time and see Max Payne, Crisis, Duke Nukem Forever. I even did about 2 hours worth of Diablo 2. Strange Cases, so I started to do some casual gaming early on. Dungeons of Dreadmore, I actually uploaded these to a different channel. So, and on and on and on. So anyways, guys, this is where you see all of the playlists that I've created for all of the games that I've done. And I encourage you guys to go check that out. So that's enough about the YouTube channel itself. What I would like to share with you guys is a bit of a behind the scenes look at the statistics or the analytics for my channel. And this is Open Komodo here. This is sharing numbers that are kind of behind the scenes here a little bit, but I personally I'm a numbers guy, so I find this kind of fascinating. So this is video views. This is the I think I'm at, well, there it is right there, 114,000. So over a year, 114,000 views. And these are the chart, or this is the chart of daily views. Now, of course, you can go to weekly views, and you can go to monthly views here, and it kind of shows you the trend over time, which is, hey, I mean, this is a healthy trend. I can't be sad about that. This is amazing. I started back in February 2009, and I had no views for like 2 weeks. And then slowly it picked up. So let's go back a little bit here, and I'll give you a bit of a deeper dive here. So you can see some blips here. Maybe it's easier to see that on the weekly. So this blip here, this first blip, which is around week 17. Actually, you know what? Screw that. We'll go back to daily. I can't tell when that was. April. So this actually was when I did Portal 2. And that was kind of the first time I went from around 80, 90 views a day to 341. That was my first. Wow, people watch this stuff. And then I had a new plateau, kind of with all the Portal 2 stuff come in. This other huge jump here, which if you look later on, I didn't have another one for months after. This was Duke Nukem Forever. And a lot of folks watch those videos. I actually happen to like the game, so I have no shame there in playing it. I intended to play it. I actually had the first or early access code from playing Borderlands, and that's what I used to actually play the demo for Duke Nukem Forever. So anyways, this next blip kind of here in the sort of, when is that, September time frame, that actually was Max Payne. And the funny thing is that Max Payne was released way back in kind of June, July-ish time frame, but I don't know, it got found sometime in September, and yet another kind of period of peaking here. Also, that important to mention around that time was when I started to do Stalker, which is kind of that August, September time frame. This next blip here, this is actually right after the Duke Nukem, it's on my mind right now, the Doctor Who Gunpowder Plot, which came out on Halloween. So I had a huge jump up for that and plateaued around 400 views per day. And then you can see another huge spike, which happened at the beginning of this year. And that was actually the more Gunpowder Plot. I guess it got found, a couple different sites found it, and it spiked up to 1,500. And then, you know, now I'm kind of in that 500 per day. So hey, not gospel. I mean, YouTube analytics is kind of broken at times, but for me, it's an interesting indicator when you think about when I started, and I was getting, you know, 30, 40, 50 videos a day, and now I'm getting about 10 times as much a year later. So that's kind of fascinating. I already kind of went through my #1 videos. You can see them here. Overall, it's Doctor Who, Duke Nukem, Stalker, and Portal 2. So that's all I'm going to kind of spend with you guys. That's probably enough numbers and stats for one day, don't you think? The last thing I'll show you is this pretty map. And this map shows you the density, and I'll show you the geography down here, the density of my viewers. So you can kind of see here, the majority of my viewers are from the United States, which is great. I happen to be Canadian. A large chunk of my views are from Canada, United Kingdom, and then you start to get into some smaller numbers down here. But hello everyone across the globe. Thanks for watching all of the videos. So that's kind of the YouTube channel. That's a bit of behind the scenes around the analytics. Shows you kind of where I came from in terms of number of views. I don't really spend a lot of time looking at the analytics. It's more out of a curiosity. I kind of don't really care that much around if I get 20 views or 50 views or whatever it is per video. I do it because I enjoy the interaction. I'm not the best gamer in the whole wide world, but I certainly appreciate all of your support, and I look forward to spending another year with all you guys. And this is part 2 of the behind the scenes video. And I really wanted to spend more time on some of the tools, some of the internet identities, and some of the other stuff behind the scenes. So in the last video, I just gave you a bit of a brief peek around the channel, how to find different things. I even showed you the analytics behind the trend over the past year. Now I'm going to get into all of this good stuff here. So let's jump right into it and head off to Twitter. So there's my Twitter. It's YourGibs is sort of the identity I try to use as much as I can. And I'm fairly active, about not quite 1,000 tweets. I have about 30 followers, which is not bad. I have a couple of fairly popular YouTubers that actually follow me, which is kind of neat. If you guys have Twitter, go ahead and follow me. Hit that big pretty button with the bluebird on it. I tweet different videos that I find, like here's one from K Katara. I also tweet the different games that I'm playing, because this gives you guys a bit of a peek as to perhaps what I'm recording. Hint, hint, hint. And I may also tweet just other kind of tidbits and pictures and what have you. So anyways, Twitter, follow me there. Next up is Facebook. And I just created this probably maybe a few months ago. I've had Twitter all along, ever since the very beginning, a year ago. Facebook I created maybe a couple months ago, and mostly because I had a few folks request it. And I guess, hey, I mean, if you don't use Twitter, you're probably using Facebook. So it seemed like a smart idea. What I do with my Facebook is I actually auto-populate kind of the last 7 videos. So you won't find every video kind of in this situation here what you're seeing. Again, the address is facebook.com/YourGibs. However, when you go to the wall, excuse me, what you'll see here is actually, it does kind of populate all of the videos, and there's conversations I'm having, and so this is a good place to find all of the videos just for me. So instead of kind of fighting with YouTube and these subscription services and not seeing all of the videos from YourGibs, head over to Facebook, because I'm using this now, and this has, or it will have, all future videos shown here. And hey, have a conversation with me, ask a question, post on my wall, you know, all that good stuff. So there you go. Twitter, Facebook, 2 very important components of what I'm all about. The third one I want to talk about is digtopia.net. Now this is not something that's new. I have brought this up during some Minecraft server updates that I have recorded in the past, but I don't think I've ever actually taken anyone through this or shown you guys what this is all about. This is a little community, and of course it's focused on Minecraft, and what it is I run a Minecraft server. I have other folks that also help me administer and moderate as well, and they're very important to me and important to this community. This website is something that I completely control. We have a 20-slot server. Here's the address for it, mc.digtopia.net. And essentially we've got ranks on here, so you'll have people that can donate money to get extra commands, and you've got moderators and stuff like that. So they try to keep things relatively safe. I do post videos on here that are Minecraft related. This one happened to be from a different user here that he happened to record a little bit on Minecraft. I put it on the digtopia.net website. This is relatively new. What I have also done now is I'm paying for a Left 4 Dead 2 game server. Now, I would say a lot of this is being used by random folks, which is kind of fine because it's kind of more of an advertisement tool, I guess you could say. But anyways, that's kind of what Digtopia is all about. We do have a Mumble voice chat server, which I actually use quite a lot for when I do co-op Let's Plays. So whenever I do the Borderlands videos, I'm in the Mumble voice chat with Michael's Originals and Cal Launch Games, Dismos. So we'll actually use the Mumble for that. But this is basically part of the Digtopia community, and anyone that's part of this can use the Mumble server and chat with each other. It's voice chat. So that's kind of digtopia.net. I spent a lot of time here managing new members. I'll just take a quick peek over here and show you that we have, I think it's almost, yeah, we have about 100 members, which isn't too bad. We have about, I guess it goes in kind of waves of number of new folks joining, but we have about 100 members right now. We also have a Facebook page, which I won't link you to, but basically it's just another way for Digtopian folks to chat and chit-chat on Facebook. So that's where I spend most of my time, helping out with the community here on Digtopia. Oh, we've got Fishy07 is a new member. I should actually log in and help him become a permanent builder, but I'm not, because I'm here to talk to you guys. It's my birthday, and I'm talking to you behind the scenes about all this stuff. I never share this stuff. This is what I spend all my time doing. So let's go to my Min-Max Gaming website. Now this has been through 2 different iterations. The most recent one is the one you see, of course, in front of you. This is one that I use to basically capture all of the videos in a playlist format. So you can see here that this, if I click any of these links, it will actually take you to a list of all of the videos in one list. So what I'll do is I'll update these as I upload them on YouTube. I'll link them here, but they'll get added to the playlist. And I find it's a useful tool even for myself, just to catalog what I've done. So over here you can see under playlist that these are all the games that so far I've loaded onto the website. What's that? It's not everything. You're missing your Max Paynes, you're missing your Duke Nukem Forever, and I'll be adding those over time. But that's what Min-Max Gaming is all about. It's just a place for me to catalog everything in a neat fashion that I personally can find relatively easy. It also is a central place to have links for everything. So for example, you know, well, I didn't need to click it, but let's go back for a second. So we'll just go through it. So we've got playlists here, and this is basically linking into YouTube, and I'm just showcasing all of the different playlists here. This might actually take a few seconds to load up. Just waiting for one. There we go. Computer's playing catch up here. So anyways, this is just a place where I store all the playlists for every game. YouTube will obviously take you to YouTube. Twitch, I do have a Twitch channel. I've broadcasted twice to a very, very small audience, maybe 2 people. I don't know what I'm going to do with that in the future. I actually spend a lot more time on Cow Launch Game stream, and I enjoy that stream there. It's a small stream, but I'll put that link for that in the description. You guys can check that out. Twitter, I mentioned to you already. Facebook, I mentioned to you already. And this is kind of a little about, and it's a bit about me, and I'm going to save that for you guys. You should go to minmaxgaming.com and click on about, and you'll find a little bit more about who I am. Who's this Gibbs guy? So that's Min-Max Gaming. It's been around since the very beginning. And it's certainly something that I work on every day. So those are kind of the places I spend most of my time. I spend it on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, digtopia.net, and minmaxgaming.com. The next section of all of these links here are more of the tools that I use. So let's start to get into that. Royalty-free music. I use Matt McFarlane's music almost 99% of the time. And the reason why I do that is because I don't want to spend a lot of time looking for music. I like the music that this guy has put together, and if I click on the download music link there, he has kind of broken it into some interesting subheadings here, like exciting, down-tempo, retro, stuff like that. So this is where I actually go and I grab the music that's either part of the intro, part of the outro, or maybe it's somewhere halfway through the middle. And I suggest if you guys are just looking for not a huge list to go and fight through, but just a small amount to kind of pick and choose from, head over to mattmcfarlane.com for that royalty-free music that you need. Second thing I use is Fraps. Who doesn't use Fraps for PC recording? I've paid for my copy of Fraps. I am not using a pirated version. Fraps is I find a very versatile way to record. Now, when I recorded originally, I used a service called WeGame.com. It wasn't high def. The audio was really bad, and that's in fact what the videos that were Plants vs. Zombies and the Defense Grid videos, the early ones anyways, were made using WeGame.com. But now I use Fraps to do all my recording. I use AVS Video Editor for my video editing. I pay for this. I bought the software. I paid with my own money to support the folks that are making the stuff. I bought the program, and it's fully featured. You know, it has the capabilities to do kind of transitions and different types of filtering on top of videos. You can embed videos. I haven't even touched even close to even scratching the surface on what this program to do. Now the neat thing about this particular program is, in fact, when you do purchase it, this company avs4u.com, they actually give you a whole bunch of other software for free. So it's kind of a neat deal where if I bought the video editor, you actually kind of buy almost like a account, if you will, and it allows you to download other programs. So that's kind of what I use. Maybe if you guys are curious enough, just let me know. I might go through the specific settings that I use for Fraps. Maybe I'll show you what that looks like. And maybe I'll go through the specific settings of AVS Video Editor and show you how I process a video there. I don't know. Maybe it's a waste of my time. You guys let me know if that's something you'd be interested in seeing. Next part. We've got 2 more parts to this video. Next one has to do with statistics, more numbers. Now, in the previous video, I went through the analytics that are part of YouTube, and I kind of showed you sort of the historical chart, and I went through some of the demographics around different countries and what have you. So I can tell you that I used 2 different websites to do a bit of a deeper dive into the statistics. This one is called Social Blade, and essentially you put in your username and it populates up this table and then it starts tracking. So I started tracking this, actually I think it was before this, but anyways, it won't start tracking your data unless either yourself or someone else has put in your YouTube channel. So what this shows you is it shows you daily subscribers, daily video views, channel views, and friends. And this is an interesting, albeit more of a more of an entertaining perspective than anything, is this estimated earnings. And really what this is doing is it's taking your daily video views and it's applying a bit of a fancy math to estimate, if you were a partner, here's the money you could be making. So I could be making anywhere from 67 cents to $6. And of course that varies with your video views every day. So why do I have this site up here? I kind of use it more because I'm looking for the averages right at the very bottom down here. This is what is curious for me, because if you look here, look at all these zeros here. This is YouTube just being derp. Their analytics is broken most of the time. So I use the averages down here. It shows me I'm getting about 500 on average per day, which is not bad, considering I started with 0. And maybe in the first month or 2 I was up to maybe 30 or 40 per day. And it shows me the channel views on average and of course the number of subs. So I get about a sub a day, which I'm not a big channel, obviously. I'm not 4,000 subs. I'm only about 400. Now if you actually went back here, I don't see if here now, when YouTube did the inactive subs, when they took that sub count down, all the API websites, like for example Social Blade, and I'll show you the next one next, they had actually already accounted for that back in January. So I already knew I was going to lose about 20 subs. Whatever. I mean, I didn't have a big celebration for 400 subs because I knew I was going to not be at 400. So anyways, down here, this is also an interesting perspective because it shows you kind of this days until. So it uses the average numbers up here, and then it kind of extrapolates what you could possibly be looking at, whether it's 10 days from now or 100 days from now. So for me, just because this is a 1-year happy birthday to YourGibs, if I look around 365, in theory, I could be somewhere between 600 and 700 subs. Yay for me! And then if I go down here, this is showing me the views. If I go out another year or so, I could be around 300,000 views, which is pretty cool. And then down here is just some more charts, and there you go, there's the drop. So you see that took place here on January 11th, when in fact it didn't take place on YouTube until maybe February, and maybe a month later after that. So I knew I was going to lose about 20 subs. But it's okay, whatever. They're inactive anyway, so why even count them, right? Anyways, this is more charts, more good stuff. So that's one site, Social Blade. The second one I use is VidStats X. And this was actually the original one that I used, and Athene, he's the one that mentioned this to me, and he's the one that kind of made me think, well, maybe I should start looking at these numbers. And then I found Social Blade later. You can actually see here that these are all sponsored links, and in fact, hello, I actually sponsored for the month of February because it was my birthday, and I thought, you know what, I'll just sponsor this website. So you actually spend $10 per little square here, and it lasts a month. And then they send you a link that shows you how many clicks you got, how many views you got. Not a huge traffic boost for me. For me, I was more curious. So anyways, there's me down there, and hey, I don't think I'll be doing this next month. I don't know. Over on the right here, these are kind of the last channels I've been checking out here, and of course you can check out other channels as well. The way it works here is you actually hit, similar to the way that Social Blade works, you have to search it. Either you have to put your channel name in, or someone else has put it in for you, and then it'll start tracking your data for you. So if I just click on YourGibs, it's same data, just shown a little bit differently. This shows you hourly subscribers, which may or may not be too exciting considering they're mostly zeros. If you're only getting one a day, that's not the most exciting chart to look at. It does show you the negatives as well. So when sometime in the 8 o'clock hour someone was no longer happy with YourGibs, and same at the 5 p.m. hour, someone was no longer happy. So this shows you kind of the hourly trend, the daily trend, and it has also a similar kind of extrapolated view, albeit maybe not as fine as the Social Blade, but nonetheless it still shows you. This is also an interesting tool, and it shows you sort of users that are near you within the VidStats X database. So this happens to be based on the subscriber count, and then this one happens to be based on the video view. Now in theory you would say, hey dude, we should do some collabing together. But the reality is these are not all gamers. These are all just YouTubers. So in theory it's a nice idea, but not very practical for the kind of stuff that I do. So anyways, that's actually down there. And by the way, anyone can go into VidStats X or even Social Blade, type in any channel, and they'll actually see all the data behind the scenes. So it's kind of a neat little thing, whether you're looking at yourself or if someone else is curious about you as well. There's more stuff here like videos, so you can actually look at your most recent videos. It shows you how long it was, the number of views, the rating, and all this number of comments and all that kind of good stuff. You can see I do 2 a day. So I only did 1 that day. Damn. It's roughly 2 a day. Top rated videos, most viewed videos, and I showed you guys this when I was looking at the analytics on YouTube. Doctor Who is the #1, Duke Nukem Forever, Stalker, Portal 2, look at all those Portal 2s. So anyways, those are the 2 websites I used to do a little bit of a deeper dive on the analytics. Hopefully you enjoyed that. We've got one more step. So the last part is going to be us talking about the games, and this is my most favorite part of the whole thing. Where the hell do you get all those games? So I've got 3 different digital services. Now I'll tell you one thing before I get into this too deeply. A year ago, I had barely any digital games. Like maybe I had Half-Life 2, Team Fortress 2, although I bought that at Brick and Mortar. But anyways, the point is I had very little. Start Let's Playing, and all of a sudden my collection balloons. It's crazy. Now I must say that for the most part, I do purchase games on sale. Steam is kind of crazy like that. Yeah, well, I mean, if you don't know about Steam by now, you really should go check out Steam. And yes, this is made by Valve. Yes, that may be a problem for some of you, but the reality is that they are a digital distributor, and they are well known for having their weekend deals, their daily deals, and it makes it so much easier to actually do this hobby without having to spend $50-$60 in every single game. So if I kind of take a peek here, the neat feature here is it shows you kind of the recent games I've been playing, and this should be indicative of kind of what I'm recording. Although I'm not recording Left 4 Dead 2, I do play that religiously. I have a smaller group of folks I play that every week with, and that's kind of part of the reason why I've decided to get the server going. Borderlands, you guys have been, some of you have been watching the Borderlands LP. Resident Evil 5, oh man, I love this game. I didn't record any of Resident Evil 5, mostly because it's a game that I take immense pleasure in. I've played it 5, 6, 7 times, and I don't know how interesting that would be. I generally prefer to play my games blind. Stalker Clear Sky, you guys know that, I just started it up. Shadow of Chernobyl, Super Meat Boy, Portal 2, etc, etc. Here's the games. I'm not going to go through the entire list, but this just gives you kind of a, I mean, you can pause this if you'd like and see what I own here, but this used to be empty. Now it's ridiculous. And for the most part, it was all on sale. So anyways, that hopefully gets to the bottom of the list. Steam is good. Check it out. Gamersgate, another digital distributor. We just need the website to load. Please. There we go. Gamersgate, another digital distributor. These guys were kind of late in the game for me. Mostly I was using Steam exclusively. Probably around the summer of last year I discovered Gamersgate, and they have a lot of deals, and that's kind of what inspired me to check these guys out. And not only that, they have this point system, so you can actually go to a Fry Electronics in the States. I don't actually live in the States, by the way, but when I was down there I did this. You go to the Fry store, you buy these blue point cards, and you can come here and buy stuff with points. They give you points also for writing reviews, for purchasing. Actually, you get like a small percentage on your purchase back. And also, even if you do like stars, like if you do 5 stars, 4 stars, or whatever, they actually give you little points and stuff, and it adds up. Oh, that's kind of interesting. So that's kind of Gamersgate. I don't know if there's much to see on my... I don't really have a lot of games here. Again, I bought these all on sale. Fort Zombie, my god, I tried forever to find a place to buy it. Actually, you know what? That reminds me, that's probably why I have a Gamersgate account. It's because of frickin' Fort Zombie. And there's another YouTuber that got me into that game. So anyways, I actually have used this account to give a lot of you guys games as well, when I was giving away games around the Christmas time frame. And you can see here I've got a bunch of games without any used serials, which means I can gift them if you guys want them to. Just let me know. Gamersgate, pretty cool website. I like it. Last, but certainly not least, Good Old Games, or GOG.com, one of my favorite digital distributors of all time. And do you guys know why? I'll give you 2 reasons. 1, DRM free. 2, old games. Okay, and not just that they're old games, but these guys update the games, and I'm not going to say every game, maybe 90% of the games, they update them to work on Windows 7 64-bit, which for those of you who have a large collection on Steam will realize Steam doesn't. Steam uses whatever the hell they have and they just pump it out there. These guys will actually go the extra mile, and they will update it for Windows 7, which I find very useful. And in fact, even Gamersgate doesn't do that. For example, Thief does not work on Windows 7. Saints Row 2 does not work on Windows 7. So just as an example, I mean, these games aren't necessarily... Oh, actually, I lie. Thief, when you buy it on Good Old Games, is updated for Windows 7. So you can see it right there. Let's open it up. Let's find out. Thief Gold. See this right here? Windows 7. That to me is why I love this website. Alright, enough about why I love it. DRM free. They update all the games to Windows 7. Alright, almost all the games to Windows 7. Here's my collection here. You'll notice that a lot of them are old. Old. Duke Nukem 3D, Ultima 4. Okay, then maybe these two aren't that old. Painkiller was actually the first game I bought here. And that was because of another YouTuber. Dismos from Cal Launch Games. That was his first game that he did, and for whatever reason, I decided I had to play it too. Do you guys ever do that? Do you ever play a game while you're watching it? Because I tend to do that. So anyways, these are all of the games I've got on Good Old Games. So for example, I don't know. Let's look at Fahrenheit. You can see how it works here. You've got little bits and pieces you download. But not only that, look at all this stuff. Manuals, wallpapers, in-game bonus unlocks, soundtrack. Oh my god, the soundtrack for Neverwinter Nights is great. Avatars, which you use on the Good Old Games website, and artworks. So this is why this site needs to continue to live. And I hope you guys enjoyed the peek behind the scenes. I know this is a good chunk of video and maybe not the most exciting gameplay wise, but I really wanted to share with you guys what I do, where I spend most of my time when I'm not recording. And these are all of the websites that you see before you. And this is what it takes to produce the content and to be part of the community. And I really hope that I'll be part of the community a year from now. So I'm YourGibs. Thanks for watching, subscribing, commenting, and liking. Like always, we'll talk to you soon.